Hello and welcome back to the CBSplit tutorial series. This is going to be a multi-part series that deals with adding content or creating your website inside of the CBSplit split testing content management system. The content submenu includes assets, layouts, pages, menus, snippets, snippet insertions, tests, redirects, quizzes, and order forms. In this video, I'll be talking about layouts. Layouts are the framework or the foundational structure of your pages inside of CBSplit. They include HTML elements like HTML tag, head tag, meta, body tag, and closing HTML tags. The system variables inside the layout that are required are page content, which pulls in the actual HTML code that you describe in your pages module of CBSplit, and then some meta tag variables for page title, and then meta description keywords, robots, etc. So all of these things are required in any layout and should remain. So when you go ahead and create a new layout using the plus symbol in the top right corner here, the system is going to include this basic template for all layouts that you create. In the process of adding layouts or creating layouts for your website is going to have certain elements of style sheets, fonts, or JavaScript that are included in the head portion of the page, like in between here on the site that you're importing, or in the footer just before the body tag close. In order to add those onto your CBSplit layout, you would first need to upload them in the Assets Manager and then include them using this plus symbol. So in our case, in our Assets folder, we only have these two files, and they're already included in this layout. Some websites have several, and all of them would need to be included in the appropriate order and in the appropriate location for the website to load correctly. You can see that we have two tabs here, one for desktop and one for mobile. In the case of most modern bootstraps or website design HTML configurations, the site is responsive and can adapt to a mobile device versus a desktop automatically. But for those users that would prefer to have a different layout or framework or structure for their page for a mobile visitor versus a desktop visitor, we have this option. The basic core navigation of CBSplit for all of the various different modules is similar. The records are listed on the left-hand side and are searchable and can be organized into folders as needed if your site is a very large or complicated website. In the case of most small websites, under 20 to 30 pages, it's really not necessary to get into folder organization. So we will leave that out for now, and I'll touch upon this in a future video. This tab here shows you which pages are using this particular layout, and you can navigate to the page in the editor, or you can preview the page on the front end of the website by clicking on either of these two elements. When you've made changes to your layout, you save it using this button in the top right corner. Each time you save your layout, CBSplit records a revision. So if you needed to revert back to an older version of your layout, you can do so. If you've accidentally deleted a layout, you can get it back by going to the logs, and you'll see that superadmin deleted layout 7. I'm just going to restore it, and then it's back. So that's a very handy tool to save your butt if you accidentally delete something. The meta tab is for putting in default meta for any page that is using the default layout. So if I wanted to just have some sort of meta title, like right now there's no title for this page, but if I reload it, it'll use the default title that I had selected for this layout, as this page is using this layout. Now if I were to go to this page and go to the meta tab and put a different title in here and save it, this one would override the layout's default meta. So if I refresh this page again, the title is now Stefan. One other place that meta can be set is in the options and to create a site-wide meta. So if you didn't include a meta title in the layout or the page, but had one here, your site would use this one. So we can just call it CB Split. Save it, go back to the page, and remove this. Go back to the layout and remove this and refresh the page, and now we're using the system or site-wide meta for this page. So we've talked about saving, we've talked about version control. The plus sign is for creating new records. The delete button is for deleting. And this just clears your canvas. So it gets rid of the working area. And yeah, that's about it for layouts. If you had a whole bunch of layouts and you were searching for a particular piece of code inside your layouts that you needed to find, like let's say we were looking for UTF. Now, of course, because we only have one layout, it's going to be difficult to demonstrate this. So what we're going to do is we're just going to create a few of them. And we're going to make this one here have some unique string. So we're just going to say Stefan in the code, save it. So now if I were to come to my layouts and search for the string Stefan, it would find the layout that has that string in it. And then you can also search by name. So if we were looking for copy, oops, had to clear that one out, it would find copy in the name and show us that one. Yeah, that's about it for layouts. In my next video, I'm going to get into assets, which is essentially the FTP handler or our file manager for CB Split, as we do not provide FTP access to the platform. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.